now going to touch the pad. Everybody in the world fused. Yeah, there you go. Now then, crew, and welcome back to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. I've got Tool Girl Lilli back in the workshop again.
Hey guys.
She just
nice
she can't keep away. It's fantastic. Now it has been a while actually since the very first video that you did. There's a bit of a gap, and that's all down to the fact that Lilli is extremely busy, and of course, I'm away a lot as well, and it's just diary clashes, just trying to match up a day that works for both of us.
Merge the schedules,
yeah. So here we are.
Good to be here.
Yeah, we've got a whole day's filming ahead of us, so it's going to be great fun. I know it is. And you recently got some new shorts and boots in the post, didn't you?
Yes.
Come on then, head back over there and give us a twirl, because they are awesome.
They are amazing.
Absolutely fantastic. Jeez, honestly.
I love the look.
You just suddenly raised the bar. You just
so grungy. Yeah. It's like glam grunge. I love
it. you just raised the bar from here to here. Honestly, it's bloody good. Very happy. And they're a nice wipe down PVC as well. So any kind of oil or residue.
Yeah, just grab a wipe.
Very easy to clean.
Down.
Absolutely. Okay, so in this video, we've got up on the hoist just behind us there. Look, a 2014. I think it is 2014. Suzuki GN 125, tenacious machine for sure. However, the owner, the customer, which actually happens to be Tool Girl Holly, it's her bike. She moved house a few months ago. She lost the keys. What a plonker, honestly. Only one set of keys, lost it, can't start the bike. Bike's been stood a few months. It's probably got stale fuel in it and stuff. There's two things one of two things I might need to do. One is I might be able to get a key cut for that ignition barrel.
Right. Okay.
That's the cheapest option. But I need a key number for that. And sometimes the key number is printed on the ignition barrel, sort of tucked away underneath. On the older bikes, it was actually where you put the key in, which was a bit stupid because you could just read the key number, go and get a key cut, and go back to the bike and ride it away.
Yeah.
And that wasn't very secure, was it really? But I'm hoping there will be a key number on the barrel further down, because Holly does not have the original owner's handbook where the dealer writes the key number in. So we're going to remove the ignition barrel. We should also be able to manually energize the ignition. We can take off the electrical part at the back of the ignition barrel, turn it with a screwdriver, and hopefully get this bike up and running so that we know that we know that when we either get a new key or get a new ignition barrel, the rest of it's done.
Right.
Basically, fit the ignition barrel, and it can go back to Holly, and she can start riding it. Okay, well, without further ado, we should really get on the tools.
Get onto the tools, yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah,
I'm ready. You got clean hands at the moment?
Hands.
Mine is semi-grubby.
Oh, goodness me.
You got oil already? Oh, my God. Okay. Well, there's always some gloves if you want them.
Blame the boots.
But yeah.
Blame the boots.
This shouldn't be too grubby a job, though. Not to start off with, at least. Right. I think taking the ignition barrel off is a reasonably clean job, so maybe gloves later on.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, crew, it's time to get our hands dirty and head over to the hoist. Holy shit.
Right.
Man, I really could do some boots myself, really, couldn't I? It's quite high up. Okay, so we should be able to pop this little shroud off.
Awesome.
I think it just pulls off, to be honest.
Right. Oh.
So we give it a little wiggle.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So a few cobwebs. Get rid of that. Now, how are we going to get the actual barrel off? Let's have a little look, see how it's held on. I think, actually, all we need to do is see the collar there with 4 little notches in it?
Yes, right.
So we have some pliers on that. We should be able to turn that.
Right, and just rotate it.
And then it should drop down the bottom, and then we should be able to pull it up, and then we can find where the connector is, which is probably inside the headlight. So we've probably got the headlight to take off as well.
Okay.
Or at least the lens. And then we're about there. Should be quite a quick job, actually. Cool.
We have to take this one off to do
Yeah, so there should be a couple of screws,
just on the
usually.
side here.
Oh, they're the big bolts. Normally there's a couple of little posi screws that hold it in. You see any screws around there?
There is a space for a screw, but there's no screw in it.
Ah, okay, so you've got
we
one,
just
isn't
get
it?
like a
Got one this
head
side.
and, oh, there is one, right.
Cool,
Anyone?
okay. So grab me a star or a posi or a Phillips screwdriver, whichever you prefer.
Awesome.
Probably a medium-sized one's good.
Size.
and we get that pulled out. Super job. Right, so I'll do this one because I'm on this side. Cool. Okay. It's only a 2-second job anyway. You got the headlight?
Yep.
Cool. So professional. Right, so there you go, that's
Awesome.
a screw.
A screw.
And that should now, if you lift it from the bottom first, because it usually has like a little cup, little hook at the top. There we go, that's it. You won't harm it, don't worry.
Awesome.
Any spiders? Not
No,
yet.
just a few cobwebs.
Okay.
Oh, wait, there's one.
Oh, fantastic.
He's not quite made it. No,
Oh, he's a dead one, is he?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to take the bulb out, just so we don't have the headlight dangling down. I'm going to try and take the bulb out. Hang on a minute, there we go, that's that one. And the park lights. Super, right, that can go on the bench now. Okay, right, let's find some pliers and we can get that collar slackened off.
Awesome.
So maybe those really big pliers at the top. Yeah, to the right?
Oh, these ones.
Yeah, let's try those poly grips.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some special Suzuki tool that keys into those 4 little prongs,
Oh,
but
and then just.
we don't have that.
Right.
We're not that posh.
We don't need those.
Right, so you know how these work?
Not really. Basically, they can extend to the size that
So
you want
can you see
them
there's a little flat on there,
Yes.
look. So if you open them up, and
Oh,
now you
right,
can move it
gives
to the
you
size
the-
you want.
Awesome, and then locks it
So
in.
yeah,
Very
have a
clever.
play around with it.
That's
So there you
really
go.
clever.
Yeah, they're sort of super adjustable. They're great.
Ah, yes.
So once you've got sort of the size you think, you can then pop it round there. All right, Lee, what do you reckon?
I think we've got it.
Cool. So you wanna you're tightening up there. So go the other way.
Oh, that way.
Yeah, that's it. Now, fortunately, most of that's hidden by that plastic
Tricky.
cover, so it is tricky. You're right. I'm giving you
Can
the best job here.
Turn it like that? No, it needs to stay.
Yeah, it was turning. Or maybe it is a left-hand thread. It shouldn't be though, really.
Yeah, it feels like it's tightening when I do it that way and loosening that way.
Right, hang on. Let's have a little look. Because the whole at the moment the whole lock's turning
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I need to
underneath. So let's have a little go.
just crack
Just-
the.
Just see what I can see what's going on then. Get a feel for it. That is very tight, isn't
It
it?
is very
Okay,
tight,
let's try it
okay.
the other way. Pretty sure. See, it's turning there, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's loosening there.
But that should be.
Right.
That does seem to be tightening it. So I'm going to go back again.
Okay, I'll hold this.
Yeah, you hold the bars because there's a bit of
Yeah,
torque
it's
going
gonna-
on.
Yeah, there's a bit of play moving.
Wow, that is really
is really
tight.
tight.
Yeah, I was a bit dubious about doing it,
Which
but
way?
thought, well, she's probably going to need a new barrel anyway, so it's. There we
Oh
go.
yeah, there you can see.
Yeah,
It's
see if you want to finish
loosening
that
up
off.
now,
There you
yeah.
go. Give that a go.
Awesome.
It is quite tight though.
It is, yeah. And
You can use 2 hands if you want. I'll hold the bars for you.
hold the bar. Oh, can't get the grip on it.
If you want, you could try going one larger on the pliers. So if you open them out, slide it down 1 more notch.
Oh.
And then you'll get the 2 levers will be closer together for your hands.
Yeah, yeah.
See if that's going to help. There you go. You got it.
It's better.
What a professional.
There we go.
There's not a lot of
Gotta
space
be-
to work, is there?
Yeah,
If
no,
you-
it's the space. I need to.
If we had the proper
Just that-
Suzuki
that
tool,
part.
yeah, then it would definitely help. And obviously they make it quite difficult because they don't want
Tricky.
the ignition barrel to be tampered with.
Yes, right.
That's why they'll make
They
it
need
tight.
to make it quite specific.
Well, you're not far off now.
I can feel it loosening. I
Yeah.
just don't
Is it
have
finger
enough
tight?
space for.
Try your fingers. Is it too tight for fingers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
too
it's still too
tight.
tight. Fancy losing the key for a motorbike, eh? Crazy.
Yeah, bit of a job to sort it. So the easiest option would just be to have the key number. Is that right?
Yeah, if we can get hold of the key number, then we can just get a key cut by a locksmith. They keep books
Yeah.
of the patterns
Right.
in a very secret, special place, obviously. Well, there you go. It might undo finger
Slowly,
tightening.
yeah. I think now
Might
we
do.
might.
No, don't fall. Don't.
Yeah, yeah.
You got it. Don't hurt your hand. First rule of
No, it
mechanics.
tightens up.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Yeah,
You gotta look after your hands when you're a mechanic. That's how you make the money. Well, not just mechanics. But,
Need our hands. Could I do it like this or no?
you can do it any way you like if it
I
works.
feel like it's gonna.
There you go. It's quite loose now, isn't it? Great stuff.
Gives me more.
There you go. I think you got it.
To
Perfect.
awesome. Right.
Look at that. So is there a little
There we
collar
go.
under there? Is that a rubber? Oh no, it's just Suzuki. There we go. Okay, so that should really just push out the bottom
Push
now.
down and just drop.
It's got a flat on it, so maybe it's got locked. I need to have a bit of a close up. Can't quite see what I'm doing there.
Oh, I see. There's like a little.
It has the whole lock's
Yes,
turned. So you
right.
get your pliers again,
We need to just square that.
and it needs to
straight
go
side that
clockwise.
way.
Yeah. So you got to bring it back around a bit because it's just got jammed, doesn't it?
Smaller now. Yeah, we just need to line that flat end,
That's right.
flat edge up. Eh?
Shouldn't take too much to do. Oh, you might need to go sideways again like you had last time when it had been flat.
Right.
Get a bit more torque on it. There you go. And again.
There you go.
Wonderful.
You can feel it.
There
you
you
could
go.
Feel it just loosen.
Right. So the barrel is now loose. Fantastic.
Awesome.
Okay, so just got to find out where it's plugged in. Right, I'm just going to tilt the bars round to one side.
Awesome.
Then hopefully we can pull that down. And follow the wire. Well, I've got the wire there. Look.
Yeah, right there it comes.
Okay, so if you can try and just poke that through. I'm just trying to. We've got a cable in the way.
Yep.
There we go.
Go.
Right.
Got it?
It's coming. It's
Awesome.
coming. There we go. My big sausage fingers are not so good for this kind of thing. Right. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Brilliant.
Right.
One
Awesome.
ignition barrel. It's had a hard life by the looks of it. That grommets come off as well. Look.
Yeah, the split.
Okay. So now if I give that a wiggle, let's see where it goes.
That's
So
leading
it's-
up here.
I think it's. There you are. Which
This
one's that?
one. This
Yeah.
green plug.
Cool, yeah. Right. So you reckon it's the green plug, yeah?
I don't. It's this one that's linking into here.
That's right.
Yeah, it is the green
Yeah.
one.
Okay. So see if you can pull it through a little bit and give you some more room. There you go.
Awesome.
Right. See if you can unplug that. You've got a little tab to push down,
Awesome.
and then once that's down, you can give it a pull.
Cool.
Is that it?
Yeah. All done.
Bloody good. Right. Let's filter that. Will it fit back through the hole if I give it a pull?
Yeah, I will just thread it through this. Awesome.
Genius bike mechanic. Right. So we have an ignition barrel. So let's head over to the bench and take a look, see if we can find a key number on it.
Okay.
God damn, you're so much taller now. It's just ridiculous. Okay.
These-
Right, let's have a little look. So show the people what we've found. So that is the ignition barrel off the Suzuki GN125 of the 2014 vintage. And these bikes are made in China, unfortunately. Okay, so there should be a little boot at the back of the ignition barrel. See if you can slide that back, and we'll see if there's any kind of numbers that might relate to a key number.
Yes.
Okay, have a look. See if you can spot any numbers. It might not be that
numbers
visible
there.
on the camera, but you might be able to read something out.
Got a 6-digit number.
Maybe.
120830L1 beneath it, and
What's that one
RT4.
RT4.
RT4,
Okay, that might be the model of the thing. But I think that longer number could be the key number.
the key number.
Yeah, so we could be in luck.
830.
Only one person that's going to know, and that's the locksmith.
Right, and that
So I
will
can
give
take the
them
barrel
a
down and
clue.
have a look, yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Awesome.
so are we going to be able to energise the ignition? Wow, okay, there's a bit of green crusties on the back of there. Look on the actual connectors as well. It's pretty old, this bike, as regards the fact it's been parked outside in the rain for its entire
Right.
life, which isn't a good thing. But
Wow, it's in really good nick.
yeah, but I mean, the you see down there, look, there's a bit of
Yes,
corrosion on those terminals. So I've got to make a decision whether it's going to be better just to buy a brand new ignition barrel, because they may not be too expensive, and there might be aftermarket ones available as well.
Right.
So it might be about 30 or 40 bucks for a new barrel, whereas a key's probably going to cost at least 15, maybe
Yes.
20 bucks. So there's not much difference and then you get a brand new barrel.
And a bit of a longer.
Plus, on this one, we can't just disconnect the electrical part from the mechanical part, which is what I was hoping to do, and then we could manually turn the turn the switch, and then we could start the bike up, basically. But we can't do that, so we're going to need to go over to the bike and work out which wires to connect to hotwire the bike.
Right, and then start it.
Hotwire. Damn, I'm showing people how to hotwire motorcycles now.
Jeez.
Okay, I'm getting into trouble for doing this. All right, so now no doubt the battery's going to be flat, so we'll put a jumper battery on it anyway, and then we'll have a little look and see. Now, I imagine that the red wire is going to be battery live, so we've only got 3 left. Right. So, and we can't turn the barrel to work out what the switch does inside, and I don't really want to take this barrel apart just yet. Well, because we might be reusing it.
Might need it.
You know, if it's $150 for a new barrel,
you want to use that one.
I'll be getting a key.
Yeah.
Definitely, because you know, I've got to keep it cheap. But there's the number there. Look on the side, 1208. What was it?
120830.
Yeah, there we go. Look, and it's got like a.
What does L1 stand for beneath?
Don't know.
Sure.
I just don't know, to be honest.
Right.
They're all manufacturer codes.
Right.
I'm not that familiar with it, and that's that RT4 on the side. Which that in itself could be the key number. I just don't know, but the locksmith might. Okay, right, let's head back over to the bike, Lily, and I'll find a jumper battery. Right, so on this particular bike, to get the side panels off, you've got to remove the seat first.
Right, okay.
Just a Suzuki thing, unfortunately. So we've got a couple of, I think these are 17s possibly on the sides, the top of the shock.
Awesome.
That'll allow us to get the strap off.
Yeah.
And then, back here, we've got a couple of 12mm bolts.
Oh, yes,
Pull those out. The rack goes a bit loose, but then the seat can come off.
Okay.
And then we can work out how to take the side panels off.
Awesome.
Easy.
All
so
right.
if you get a 17 socket out of the toolbox, and the impact wrench I think is already on the bench for you. Cool. Now, are you into up or undo? Give it a squirt. There you go. Undo. Brilliant. Fantastic. Right, so we come around this side and do the other side for us.
One done.
Yep, I'll get rid of that. Cool, so you get the toolbox. Fantastic. Good job. Okay. Yeah, put that one safe. So that straps you can put it on the trolley if you want, or on the any light really. Okay, so you now need to swap to a 12mm.
12.
And yeah, you might get it. You might need an extension bar. I'm not sure. We'll give it a go.
Try it. Is it this one here?
Sure is. Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we're good.
That was easy, wasn't
Awesome.
it? Pop it on there, and you've got one more just around this side. Do some K's in those boots, aren't you? Jeez.
It's good too. Good for my calves. Awesome.
Brilliant. Right, so that seat now, we can lift that off. That was jolly easy.
Nice. Yeah, they're
Okay.
not too tight.
Right, so that can go on the bench, out of the way. Cheers. Okay, so this panel here should, I think, just pull off.
Right.
Alright, so just, it'll
yes,
be on rubber
this is
grommets.
cool.
They're probably really, really dry, so you'll be quite careful as you pull it off. But you're getting quite
This
grubby.
says pull here. Is this part of it?
Oh, that's for the
Something
tools.
else?
Yeah, that's tools as
Right,
well.
okay.
Yeah. If I take this one off on this side, and you'll see how it's done. So you should have,
Oh, I see.
up in the top corners, these little push pin things. There you go.
This one.
Now, unfortunately, China's renowned for very brittle plastics.
Right, so be very...
Yeah, what we'll do is when we put them back in again later on, we'll put a bit of WD-40 or
Oh, okay.
silicone spray or something on the rubber.
Right.
You got it?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Oh,
You
yeah,
can
see,
see-
it's
oh,
got
yeah.
little rubber things that pushes into it.
It has. And you see this one here has already been broken, look.
Oh, yes,
Somebody's-
it's been...
Somebody's bodged it up.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll fix it with some glue. They've actually done quite a good job with it, haven't they? Actually, it's pretty good.
It is well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I wish I could repair it that well. That's a neat
Awesome.
trick. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So now we should have the battery.
There it is.
Brilliant. Now, what we'll do is we'll wire the jumper battery onto it.
Okay.
We can put the crocodile clip, you know, the big off the jump leads,
Yes,
onto
yeah.
positive.
Okay.
We don't need to go onto negative. We can just put the negative anywhere on the frame
Oh, wow.
because this
okay.
wire goes to the frame anyway. You
Yes,
see,
yeah, yeah.
and that way we haven't got two great big clips in one place.
Yeah.
Super.
Okay.
Right, let's get that set up.
Cool.
Ready? Right, Lily, if you grab that battery for us
Awesome.
and just stick it on the bench somewhere, basically.
On the bench.
Yeah. so it's somewhere near the battery on the bike. Excellent.
Heavy.
They are, aren't they? Lead acid batteries, super heavy. Okay, this is where we get to make sparks. So we'll, Serene, if you grab those two, and I'll make sure that these two don't touch.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you. Okay, so if you now,
I've done it accidentally before.
that's positive. So red onto there, somewhere, reasonable grip. They're not the best jump leads, to be perfectly honest. Okay, and negative onto there for us. Okay, so we have to check that we've got power. So
you do.
Fantastic. Right, now this is the tricky bit. We want to make sure that this goes on, but you can smell that. Electric. I love the smell of sparks. It's great. So we'll just pry that back a bit. We'll stick that one on there. But make sure it doesn't go anywhere near the frame, because obviously the frame is going to be ground.
Yes, yeah.
And then we can stick that one right on there. That'll do. That should work. Brilliant.
Cool.
So we now know that regardless of how flat that battery is, and it probably is very flat,
Yes.
we've now got power for the loom.
Yeah. Right.
So now that we're going to be testing up the headlight, we should get a voltage reading.
Yes.
Things should start to happen, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Okay, right, round to the front of the bike. We'll use this to start off with.
All right.
Very dangerous, stabby thing.
Does it test the voltage, does it?
Yeah, so what we've got a test light here, which is probably the simplest way to make sure we've got power on a particular wire. So the first thing we have to do is put this to ground, because we're looking for a positive.
Okay.
All right?
Yes,
So this end has to go to ground. So I can plug that in, it's reasonably long. And we can find, maybe on the engine will work. So click it onto there. That's cool, just about on. And if you grab that, now obviously we're filming today, so
yes.
you see it's really annoying, it's got some black bits on there.
Mm-hmm.
So we can only see the bulb on the clear bits.
Right.
And the people that need to see the bulb, just there, look. Yeah.
Right.
So we've got in here, this is the end of the plug from the loom. We've got 4 pins. So can you one at a time touch those pins for us? Oh, look at that, you've got positive straight away. So your bulb's on. So that one's positive. Let's see what, so is that the top right hand corner?
Top right is not working.
So
Top left is working.
Oh, top left. So let's just,
Top left work.
let's take a little look and get the colour. So that's the red, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so red's what I thought it would be.
Red's
Try
working.
the other 3.
Top right is not working.
Not working, okay.
Bottom left, no power. No.
Perfect.
3.
So the red wire is the feed up from the ignition switch,
Right.
sorry, up from the battery,
Yes.
through the fuse to the ignition switch. That's our power feed in. And the other 3, basically, on the ignition switch, as it's turned,
Yes.
they do stuff. They connect that wire to
Right.
one of, or all of the other 3 wires.
Okay.
So all we need to do is one at a time bridge from the red to one of the others
Right.
until we get a neutral light.
Okay.
Once we've got a neutral light, we know that the ignition system on the bike is
Yes.
energized,
Right.
and then we can crank the engine over by pressing the start button, because it is electric start, this bike,
Cool.
and it should crank over. Once we've got that, well,
Not quite.
it's got old fuel in it. It's
Yeah.
not probably not going to fire up.
Okay.
It does, I'm very surprised, but then we've done the electrical side of it.
Right.
Then
okay.
we've got to drain the fuel, put some fresh
Put
gas
new
in it,
fuel.
and
Right.
then it should start,
Right.
hopefully. So we need to get, I think, probably a jumper lead, and we can jump, in actual fact, yeah, we can just jump from that red terminal
Mm-hmm.
onto any of the 3. We could actually go straight from the battery positive
Right.
and jump.
Jump it straight onto
We
there.
could. That's probably how you'd hot wire the bike.
Right.
Don't tell people. Okay, alright, so we'll get a little jumper lead and we'll see what we're doing. So we've finished with the test light now, that's all done.
Okay. Awesome.
And if you head over to the cupboard over there, you'll see all those little coloured wires.
Yes.
If you get any colour you like, as long as it's
Yes,
got crocodile clips at both ends, and they're the small ones.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully that's gonna fit in there.
You good with these?
I'm terrible with those, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna.
Do you want me
Right.
to?
Yeah, you got smaller fingers, so see if you can get onto that
Red.
the one that gave you the live. Okay, and it's not touching the other one, is it? No. Cool.
No.
That's fine. See, the other way to do this, if we were scrapping the old ignition barrel,
Yes.
we could just snip the wires off
Oh, right.
and
I
use
see.
that
And
bit
then
of lead
use that.
and the plug to play
Okay.
around. All right. So I'm going to get you a pin
Mm-hmm.
so that you can put the pin in the crocodile clip,
Okay.
so you can accurately touch each of those other three.
Awesome,
Because it's pretty small in there, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, but it's very good.
Alright, so it's a little bit tight in there, isn't it, with the crocodile clip?
It is, yeah.
So what we can do, I'll show you a little trick.
Okay.
If you take that one back out, unclick it, there we go. And what we can do is we can get a pin and we can actually, what we call back probe the connector. So we can pop that down there, okay, and that now should give us positive. So you can click one end of your lead onto there.
Right, awesome.
Alright.
Onto the top or just halfway down?
Any way you like. As long as it's metal.
Cool.
That's the important thing. Now, obviously that's live, so be careful it doesn't touch. And if I get you another pin, you can put that pin in there,
Okay.
and then you can accurately touch those other three wires one at a time. Alright,
Awesome.
what's up now? So there's the second pin. There you go.
Thank you.
Right, Lily.
Right.
Okay, so what I need to do, one of us, I'll look for the neutral light
Okay.
whilst you touch.
I don't want the metal to touch the...
No, you'll see sparks.
That's all right. Okay.
There you go. Right, so you got it?
Yep.
Okay, so nothing.
That's red.
Oh yeah, you're already, red's fine because we're
That's
back
the
pro red.
top right.
Yep,
Bottom left.
yep.
Bottom right.
Okay, there's nothing at this end.
Nothing.
Which means we probably haven't got a feed. We can test that.
Right.
So if I go on to ground on the frame with the test light and you touch the test light anywhere, see it's not lighting up?
Right.
So we haven't got a positive feed. So what we'll do, next step, we'll take our back probe out because that's a bit ambiguous,
Okay.
and we'll go straight onto battery positive.
Okay.
You're going to bypass all of that
Right.
ignition just to make it a bit easy for us. So I'll get you a longer lead.
Okay.
Right. Now, have you got your green lead? Where's your green one gone? Because this hasn't got a crocodile clip on,
Alright.
so pop that on there.
On there.
Let's just test we've got battery positive. So you hold that for me. I'm going to test it now, just to make sure.
Cool.
That's cool. Okay, so I'll get the test light on there. And
Nice.
we've got a light. So we've definitely got 12 volts now.
Awesome.
Jeez, oh, that's fun. Okay, so I'll hold that because that's live.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
And don't worry about touching the red
test it.
wire. It's just one of the other three, one at
of
a
the
time.
others. Yep, I have some lights working in the front.
Oh,
there.
park light, yep, okay.
Bottom right.
Bottom, there we go, right, so we've got a neutral light coming on
Awesome.
with the bottom right. So can
And
you,
what about with the bottom left?
so the bottom right and the bottom left are both giving us neutral lights.
Awesome.
Okay, right, I'm going to try and click the starter
How come
motor.
the bottom left slightly sparks when I touch the...
More current,
Right, more.
yeah,
current,
there's
right.
more stuff being energized
I
with
just
that.
noticed that one was
Yeah.
slightly sparking compared to the bottom right.
Yeah, now on these bikes, the
More
headlights, oh, it has got a headlight switch. Okay,
Right.
all right, so if you put it onto one of the two that
Neutral.
energize the neutral light, can you hold it on there for us?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to press the crank.
On.
What the hell?
We started!
It just...
It started!
Shit! Yeah, I really wasn't expecting that.
Will
That
it
is
start?
ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it.
Holy
Nice!
crap, what a machine!
Yay!
Oh, well,
That is awesome, and it was just
that's the end of the video.
first go.
I feel so deflated now. Damn!
Your job's easier than you
Right.
thought.
Yeah, well, it's obviously because you're here. Right, so what we'll do... Can you actually clip...
That one's...
Yeah, I got that. Can you actually clip that on and permanently onto the one that we were on when
We
it
just
started?
used 4.
And what we'll do is we'll get it running properly.
Oh,
So if you open your crocodile clip up, it should just clip on,
trying
hopefully.
to get the...
It's fiddly, I know.
Don't quite
It's
have
very
it. Oh,
fiddly.
there we go. Yep, got it.
Fantastic. Okay, right, so if you hold that so it's not going to short out anywhere, I'll hold the camera
Awesome.
and we should have a choke. So, oh, choke was already half out, that's probably why it started. Okay, right, here we go.
Let's go. Yes. Yay. Good job.
All right, Lily,
And mechanic, good work.
let's turn it off. There we go. Okay, let's make it safe and then we'll head back to the bench. So,
Take
if
this
you
one.
give me that, we'll get rid of that.
I'll take...
You take that one out. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to disconnect that one. Brilliant.
Awesome.
All right, Lily, just before we head over to the bench, do you remember which of these 4 was the one that you connected to that gave me the neutral light so I could start the bike?
Yeah, it was the bottom right.
So bottom right, that would be, what colour?
A white wire, white cream.
Yep, the white wire. Perfect. Okay, so we now know that the white wire coming out of the ignition barrel is ignition live for the
Yes.
GM125.
Right.
And we've done all of that without a wiring diagram.
So good.
Easy,
Good
isn't it?
job.
Little
yeah.
test
Yeah,
light,
the test,
couple of
test
jumper
light was
wires,
Good, hey?
make a few sparks, everybody's happy.
Really cool.
Easy.
Awesome.
Right.
Made it so easy.
All right, Lily.
Cool. Good job.
Yeah.
We did it.
Good job. Back to the bench.
Back to the bench we go.
God damn, that was unbelievable. That bike has been stood at least 6 months and not run. And the first touch of that starter button, it fired straight up.
First time. So good.
Honestly, when you don't want things to run, so you make a cool video of draining the carb and putting fresh fuel in it, doesn't happen.
work.
Just doesn't happen, does it? You know? When you want bikes to run or engines to start, they don't start. It's just sod's law, isn't it? But there you go. We've done a bit of work on the old ignition barrel. We've got that out of the bike. We know the bike runs. So all we need to do now is hopefully source a key for this barrel and then refit it. Or, worst comes to worst, buy a new barrel that'll come obviously with a new set of keys. Although I think we're going to have a whole problem with the fuel cap too. Because the fuel cap needs the original key. Man, I've got to try and get that off as well. That could be a whole new video. And I won't be using the grinder because, well, you know what will happen if you use the grinder on a fuel cap. Boom.
No.
Probably get a few more views on YouTube, I think. Okay, well.
Safety first, Andy. Safety first.
Yeah, sometimes I'm not that safe, Lily, to be honest. But that's usually when Tool Girls aren't around.
Right.
I try to be super safe
Gotta
when the
keep
girls
us
are around.
safe.
Yeah, I've got to look after the Tool Girls.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Always put you guys first. Okay, well, if you enjoyed the video, why not click on the subscribe button? You'll see a little gear icon turn up. Click on the gear icon and then you can tick the box and turn on notifications. You'll also find me on
Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus, and Twitter.
You will. Feel free to communicate through any of those portals, chaps and chapettes. I will get back to you, but the first point of contact, if you don't mind, through the comments on YouTube, because that's where the videos are. Now, I do try to put up 3 or 4 videos every single week. It doesn't always happen. Some weeks there's a few more. Other weeks, well, worst case scenario, there aren't any. The reason for it is I'm not even here. I'm out traveling New Zealand doing my day job, and I can't produce videos. I can't even edit really while I'm away.
Right.
Unfortunately, it needs a pretty powerful laptop, PC actually, to do the editing.
Specific specs for it, hey?
Yeah, you need big memory, and all my hard drives are all at home and everything. So I thought about it, isn't going to work. So you just have to wait a little bit. But I'll try and make up to it. Make it up to you the next week along, where you'll get a flurry of videos come through.
And extra footage of the Tool Girls.
Yes, well that's going to be.
Maybe that's all you'll have to do. Like, here's an extra 2 minutes of the Tool Girls.
Yeah, make it up. Make it maybe a medley of Tool Girl snippets.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I could do that actually. There you go, another video coming up.
There we go.
Who knows? When I get a chance.
Next week.
Don't pin me down to a time like that, girl.
Expectations.
I have no idea when I'm going to have time to do it. But anyway, there is also the Patreon page, so you can go onto there. You can donate. There's also a history about the channel, how it came to be, up and coming projects, and of course the Tool Girl profiles and Lily's profiles on there together with all the other Tool Girls.
Good.
And I do keep trying to add additional photos for you, so you've got wallpapers and you can play with those images and do whatever you want with them. And I'm sort of experimenting with putting up some unique Patreon only video footage or short videos into the Patreon page as well. So anybody that's a patron will have access to those. Haven't yet done it. It's on my to-do list. It will happen, and guarantee it, because there's always some really cool little bits that I find when I'm editing away. So I'll stick those into a little folder, and I will be uploading those at some point for you. But again, only patrons will have access to those little snippets. Yeah. But
awesome.
Patreon are pretty picky on what you can see on there. So
they are quite.
Yeah, you've got to be very careful. I did get an email not too long ago from Patreon, a young lady, it was called Lisa, her name was, and she said, "Oh, we've had to make your Patreon page 18 only."
Oh.
Oh.
And I'm like, you're serious?
What?
What's going on there?
So wild.
Anyway, that was done automatically by the system, and she went in and she actually manually took a look, and she said, hey, actually, it's just fine. Andy, you're all good. Anybody can view your Patreon page.
Yeah, yeah.
And we like your YouTube channel. Oh, thanks, Lisa.
No.
Appreciate that. Okay, well, it's about it. Another video in the can with the gorgeous Tool Girl Lilli.
Thank you for having me. Learnt lots today. And I might have to invest in a bike sometime soon.
I reckon
I reckon I'd suit a bike.
I think you're made for a
I feel
bike.
like a Harley,
well, in fact, should I say,
Harley or something.
no, I will not allow you to have a
You don't
Harley
want a
Davidson.
Harley? No,
Definitely not.
no,
No, it's going to be a
alright.
Japanese bike.
Oh,
I could
okay.
see you on a hot road bike.
Oh,
actually.
yeah. All right.
You know,
Try it out.
maybe an R6 or something.
Maybe we could build one day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and obviously I'll have to teach you how to ride the bike.
Yes.
So we've got to go for long rides.
I rode
Maybe
an Ag 100 once, little farm bike.
really? Yeah, awesome little bike.
I did.
It's like
I I learned how to ride on one of those, but I haven't ridden in years.
So what you mean by learnt is you fell off many times until
Yeah.
you realised what you're doing wrong.
Looked like fun in the paddock, so I thought I'm going to give it a go.
They
Went
are
down the
fun.
road and yeah, a few falls. They're quite heavy.
Yeah.
To manage your
But
balance.
with them in a farm bike, they're quite resilient, so you can fall them off, and things don't break.
Yeah,
they're very strong little
Yeah, it was
bikes.
very, very hearty little bike it was.
Yeah, my brother used to have what the hell was it? It was a little TY80. It was a Yamaha TY80, and he spent days and days building an earth ramp in the garden, and then every night he'd just do huge jumps on
Big
this
jumps.
little TY80 on
Oh,
it. It was
nice.
great. It never broke. He used to put up with it. It was great.
So fun.
I think if you rode it now, you'd just laugh because it was quite a bone shaker. But back then, it was a cool bike.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I had
Awesome.
an old Honda SS50, which I turned into what we called a field bike, where you just charge around the paddocks and stuff
Oh,
on it.
nice. Awesome.
Yeah, no, SS50.
Those are the best ones.
Had a 70cc top end on it, and it had, obviously they had a 5-speed manual gearbox. So it didn't go particularly fast, and I did actually ride through the back of the shed one day. Yeah, I was
Too much.
I was doing donuts. I was riding around the garden, and then there was a concrete plinth behind the back of the wooden shed. So I'd lock the back wheel up, slide up, and then instigate a slide and do a donut, and then zoom off again. Little did I realise that the adjusting nut on the pull rod of the rear brake was slowly coming undone.
Oh,
And at one point I went for the brake, nothing happened, and I just went straight through the back of the shed. Yeah, that was the end of the day for me because I was a bit battered and bruised at the end of that. But
bedtime.
I wish somebody had filmed it. It would have
Yeah.
been classic. It really would. Proper, cartoon style through
Yeah.
the shed.
Yeah, that's
But,
awesome.
Yeah, things I used to do. There you go, bit of bonus footage for you, crew. Well, until next time, it's goodbye from Andy Mechanic.
And Tool Girl Lilli.
You got it! You got it! Nearly. All right, crew. See you next
you,
time.
guys.
Cheers. And you get the flip up again.
Oh,
Really.